In this section, we have spent considerable effort on the management of EC2 instances. However, it is now time to delve into the study of AMIs. We will explore how we interact with them, how we create and configure them, and how we replicate them in different regions and availability zones. All this and more will be covered in the following classes. Afterwards, we will focus on the last section related to instances, which are the volumes or elastic block store. So, from my EC2 dashboard, we have an instance running. Let's say I want to create an AMI. For this, there are a couple of ways that we can do this. One is we can create a snapshot of the volumes and then create an image from that snapshot. The other way is that we can automate the whole process. We can do it, already selected the instance, by going to Actions, Image and Templates, and Create Image. Now, when you do it this way, it will automatically shut down the operating system, take a snapshot, and then create the image from the snapshot. If you do it manually, that is, if you create snapshots while the instance is running, it may not work correctly. You may have some problems because the operating system is running and protecting some files. So, let's do it this way so you can see the process. I'll give it a name like AMI Win Server. And then if we just scroll down, we can see the default configuration. So, this image or AMI will include both the root volume and the additional volume attached here. So, I'm going to leave the defaults and I'm going to click Create Image. Once that's done, if we go to AMI, we can see here that its status is set to pending. So, what will happen now is that the operating system will shut down, snapshots will be taken of both volumes, and then the AMI will be created from the snapshots. And that whole process may take a few minutes. While that's going on, I'll show you a couple of other things. First of all, if we go to the permissions down, here and click Edit, this is where we can choose to make our image public. If it's a private image, we can add the ID of another AWS account and that account will have permission to use this AMI. Or we can add the organization or organizational units AR in so they will still have access to this AMI. I'm going to cancel this. Another thing I want to show you is, with the AMI selected, if I go Actions and then Copy AMI, this is where we can copy this AMI to another target region. So, some of the benefits of doing this copy would be a globally consistent implementation because by copying an AMI from one region to another, you can launch consistent instances based on the same AMI, but in different regions. It also allows you scalability. You can more easily design and build global applications to meet the needs of users in different locations, or have high availability. You can design and deploy applications across AWS regions to increase availability. So, I'll cancel this and update. And notice that AMI is now available. If we go to the snapshots, we can see the two snapshots that were created. So, what we can do now from the AMIs is launch an EC2 instance from this AMI. Or, the other way you can do this is go back to the instances, launch instances, and choose My AMIs. And here, we can see our newly created AMI. So, let's use it. We're going to stick with the 2 micro. I select a key pair. Edit the network configuration to use my demo VPC and submits. And here, we can see that the storage is configured as we left it when we created the AMI. That is, with our root volume and our additional data volume. I will launch this instance. View instances. And now I have 2 instances running, and one of them was based on an AMI created from an instance. So that's how you can create an AMI. Now, if we no longer need the AMI in question, we can go to AMI. Select the newly created AMI, Actions, and then Deregister AMI, Confirm. And it's done. And now to finish, notice that up here there is a button called EC2 Image Builder. When we enter here, it takes us to an AWS service where you can create your custom AMIs, That is, this is where you can choose the operating system, the configuration, the software you want to have that Oni configured among other things. And all this you will see in more detail in the next lesson.